Hi everyone. Well, we are already into week 3 of our Thessalonians series. I think it's going to be quite a quick term 2 at this rate. I want to encourage you again as we're going to read this week. Paul talks about his absence from the church since his initial very brief 3-week founding season with them. These stories are the way the Lord disciples us. They are tools that God uses to shape our hearts and our values. Whenever we go out, whenever we chat to people at work or read the newspaper or go online, the world is discipling us. It's shaping us. It's encouraging us to a religion of its own. It's talking about where we find happiness, what is appropriate behavior, what is wise, what is sensible. And the Bible is what God is going to use to disciple us in His way. And so it's so important that as we go through these stories, we pay attention to the details. What does Paul say to people when they're in tricky situations? What does Paul say when he talks about his own sense of satisfaction and joy? Where is that coming from? Paul talks about the role of the devil directly in his ministry. What do we think about that? Do we recognize that in our own lives? I think Nathan mentioned it in our chat last week. We can't forget about those things. And so as he writes to them, he's writing to a church in a specific situation. But we learn a lot about his motives, about his source of resilience, about his joy as we go through these stories. And so there are a couple of different topics which come up in this reading, but I encourage you to read the passage again and again and try and get a sense for those specific items, and we'll go through the questions and chat more about it. Trust this will be enlightening for all of us, and look forward to chatting to you on Thursday evening.